I have the great pleasure to introduce our first musical act of the day, and it's a group we get to introduce here at the Water Festival every year, and I'm sure you look for it when you come here. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you the New York City franchise of the Raging Grannies.
So our first song is going to be Sing for Standing Rock in the Climate, and Standing Rock has been a great inspiration to so many of us. They organized early in 2016 when the Dakota Access Pipeline was threatening them. They built a phenomenal community, and people were so brave. People were attaching themselves to pieces of equipment and risking arrest, and many of the trials are still going on. This crappy government is trying to prosecute everybody as much as possible, so we really need to listen up and find out what's happening to the people, to the activists from Standing Rock. And just recently, 2 young women from the Catholic Worker from Iowa, and I'm forgetting the names. Does anyone know the names? No. Oh, who is it? It doesn't matter. Okay, we should look it up. And the young women took the connecting pieces of the pipeline and damaged them, and then they damaged the sign in a public works project and knew they were going to be arrested, but they said this is what's necessary because we need to stop the pipeline. Right now the pipeline is in court, and there was a judge who said that there was not an adequate environmental impact statement in the DC District Court, but we need to listen up about Standing Rock. It's not a done deal, and we need to turn it around. Those people were great examples to us. So our first song goes to the Bella Ciao song. We need to wake up. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We need to wake up. We need to wise up. We need to open our eyes and do it now, now, now. We need to build a better future, and we need to start right now. We need to rally on hill and valley. We need to open our eyes and do it now, now, now. Standing Rock Sioux, we support you, and we must stop that pipeline now. We're on a planet that has a problem. We've got to solve it, get involved and do it now, now, now. Standing Rock Sioux, we support you, and we must stop that pipeline now. Let's make it greener. Let's make it cleaner. Let's make it last, make it fast, and do it now, now, now. Standing Rock Sioux, we support you, and we must stop that pipeline now. No point in waiting or hesitating. We must get wise, no more lies, do it now, now, now. Standing Rock Sioux, we support you, and we must stop that pipeline now. Slow. Standing Rock Sioux, we support you, and we must stop that pipeline now. Okay. We have a great new song that we're not going to do this time, but you can get a look at it. Mr. Trump Man was written by Corinne, who is 89 years old. Sadly, we lost our 102-year-old granny, Lillian Pollock. So Corinne is now our elder, and she's our great songwriter. So we're very glad she's here. We're also, I'm sure you noticed, missing... No, you're not. You stick around. Okay. Get on that mic. What happened to your mic? Okay. And we're, as you can see, we're missing our Mercy today. Her knee is on the mend. So everybody send your good vibes to Mercy. And as we crank out our songs, imagine Mercy's beautiful voice, full of spirit, singing with us, and send her your good vibes so her knee heals up, because we need her in the movement. We're going to do our song, Radical Environmentalists, because we're radical, very radical here. Okay. Raging Grannies are environmentalists. Yes, we're radical environmentalists. You can hear us rage and roar when oil spills reach our shores, 'cause we're radical environmentalists. Yee-hoo! Yeah, we like our veggies without pesticides, dairy products without hormones dumped inside. We like clean air and clean water for our planet's sons and daughters, 'cause we're radical environmentalists. We never eat food grown from greens by seed, and we don't care if our lawns are full of weeds. We like forests filled with old trees and rivers with no PCB. We're radical environmentalists. Oh, we don't like energy from fossil fuels, 'cause we know they poison Earth. We ain't no fools. We'd rather look at windmill blades than Indian Point near the Palisades. We're radical environmentalists. We bring our shopping bags when we buy food. And we want to change consumer attitude. Yes, indeed. Recycled bottles, cans, and paper. Show your love for Mother Nature. Become a true environmentalist. Woo-hoo! There we go. Okay. Our next song speaks for itself.
Right.
War business, nuke business. Sing along. There's 1, 2, 3. There's no business like war business, the worst business we know. Never mind the homeless and the hungry. Never mind the people without jobs. Nowhere can you get that special feeling than when you're piling up the bombs. There's no business like war business, the best business they know. Multinational profits going through the sky. They multiply while children die. The same amount buys food and clothes for everyone all over the world. There's no business like nuke business, the worst business they know. Never mind the asthma and leukemia. Never mind the water and the air. Nowhere can you get that special feeling than when you're losing all your hair. There's no business like nuke business, the worst business we know. Cancer rates keep growing right up through the sky. They multiply while children die. Let us have a chance to live a healthy life all over the world. All over the world. Yeah. Yeah, we're up against some big business. Do we have time for 2 more?
We were at 20 minutes.
Can we still go? Good. 2 more. Okay. So we're going to do the song that came from the Great Climate March. Ooh. When all the grannies came together. And we're still at it. The grannies were okay.
Yeah.
The 1, 2, 3, sing. The grannies were swarming with warnings of warming. It's time we're reforming our country's great shame. We'll all keep performing our global informing to stop the deforming of Earth in our name. The grannies kept raging for many a day. We sing for the earth in our granny-like way, with humor and hats and with voices raised high. We sing for the planet, the sea and the sky. The grannies were swarming with warnings of warming. It's time we're reforming our country's great shame. We'll all keep performing our global informing to Stop the deforming of earth in our name. 1, 2. We sing for our children and grandchildren too, and our voices ring out clear and strong with the news that capitalism is fouling our land. So we must change the system, that's the Grannies' demand. Hi. The Grannies were swarming with warnings of warming. It's time we're reforming our country's great shame. We'll all keep performing our global informing. Stop their deforming of earth in our name. Thank you. And yeah, I like that one. Our last song was written by our Corrine to honor Bree Newsom, who is also the goddaughter of Julie, over here. Who's Julie? Yay, Julie. And Bree Newsom, if you remember, so much has happened, but in 2015, in June, after the Charleston massacre, the horrible massacre in the church by a white nationalist, Bree Newsom had had enough, and she climbed up the flagpole in the State House in Charleston, South Carolina, and brought down the Confederate flag. And the energy from her action, as we can see, has great reverberations as people go after the statues and people stand up for their civil rights. About time. So we'll do our Bree Newsom song. You're right, Bree Newsom. That flag is gruesome. It stands for death and slavery. You did the right thing, for you church bells ring. We honor you and your team's bravery. That fatal night when, as we lay sleeping, you ran and climbed that tall flagpole. When the flag was grounded, our cheers resounded, 'cause your brave act restored my soul. Slavery's duration still blights our nation, 'cause it was cruel and was unfair, still is. Romantic stories depicted glories, while harsh injustice endures everywhere. You're right, Bree Newsom, that flag is gruesome. It stands for death and slavery. You did the right thing, for you church bells ring. We honor you and your team's bravery. Bang the Confederate flag! And big oil too, and a lot of other things.